everybody, and welcome to this month's Dear Peg. It's a little bit late getting out, so my apologies. But yeah, Halloween, so one of my favourite times of the year, being a witch and all. And yeah, no, excited. Also one of my favourite times of the year because I don't know how much you know about the history, but Halloween is said to come from an ancient Celtic festival, which is also known as Samhain. So happy Samhain. Being a Celt myself, yeah, it's an exciting time. It's in ancient history, they were said to light fires and ward off evil spirits from their villages by their ancestors, their dead ancestors. So yeah, welcome to all the dead ancestors. And yeah, hope they're with us in the reading today. So this month's winner is Wendy. So hello Wendy, it's great to do this reading for you today. So Wendy's reading, her question was about work, and it was asking if we could look at what direction she could go in and what's coming up for her in the world of work. So that's what we're going to crack on with. So I am going to start the reading. Well done for winning this month's Dear Peg. The question that you asked was all about work and what's coming up for you, and you just asked for some guidance. So that's what we're going to address today. The reading I'm going to do is called a 3-row reading. So the first row is going to be examining all your blessings and stuff that's going to be coming up for you. So that's cool. The second row will be about the challenges that are coming towards you, you may face within the questions that we're asking today. And the third row will be your recommendations, so things that you can learn or grow from, or maybe just examine that there might need to be some change. So we're going to look at those, and I'm going to use my Modern Witch Tarot deck and then clarify with my Green Witch deck. We're going to do a couple of cards after, using Archangel Michael cards and my Angel energy cards. So they're going to be really nice as well. I've lit an incense stick, which just smells lovely. I know you can't smell that at home, but it smells really lovely. So there. And yes, those are my Dragon's Blood incense sticks. So they're available in my adult spell kits. And there's going to be a little promo at the end of this video for you guys to just have a look at, telling you all about those new spell kits that I am putting up on the website. So I'd love you to have a look at those as well. So I have pre-shuffled. I do normally do a main pre-shuffle just before the reading because sometimes it just saves us time. I take cards that jump as well, as long as there's not like 500. But yeah, oh, so I say that and one has just jumped. Ta-da! So I'm going to put that one down first. So that's the Page of Pentacles. I'm going to try and hold the cards up and show you some more of these cards because they're just such a cool deck, and I love them very much. So that is your first card for your blessings. So for your challenges, what do we have for Wendy and potential for work? Okay, so we have the Justice card, which is a Major Arcana card in reverse. And in your challenge cup, you have the 10 of Cups, again in reverse. So as a reader, I always, once I've shuffled and pulled the cards, I always turn the deck upside down and look at this for the guiding energy, so the main theme of the reading. So this card is the Knight of Wands, which is a really lovely card to have in terms of work and moving forward and new things coming into play, because this Knight of Wands, as you can see, he is charging forward with his wand on his charge. A little bit Pegasus-like there. So yeah, so the theme that we're pulling today, that we're just going to look at, is this idea of you moving forward, which is great news, right? Because this is what the reading's really about. But the wands as well, they're about projects, they're about motivation, they relate to goals and that sort of thing. So that's like a really nice card for us to have picked as well. So to clarify your first row, to go with your Page of Pentacles, in your blessings row, for my Green Witch Tarot, we have we have 8 of chalices. So the 8 of cups. Interesting. And that is in your blessings roll. Okay, your next card for your challenge. Whoop, I told you we could get jumpers, didn't I? Happens every time. So you've got a few more cards there. A little bit too many for me to take, so I will take the top one. So you have the Holy King. He's a major arcana as well. So it's really interesting. Before I go any further, we have got 2 major arcanas within that row. And major arcanas are all about significant change. So that looks really promising given the topic that we're talking about today. So this card, number 9, in this deck, it's called the Holy King. If I can just hold that up, can you see that? In the main deck, it's the equivalent to the Hermit card, which is the card of Virgo. Okay, your Justice card, which is also number 11, the Justice card, which is a very sort of symbolic angel number. Okay. So your third and final recommendation under your reversal of the 10 of Cups. And you have, oh, you have more than one. It's happened again. So we have the Ace of Athames. Athames in this deck are swords. You can see there, look, a big sword. So that's the Ace of Swords, which is, aces are kind of gifts when I read for them. And when I see them, your other card, sorry with that, you've got the Queen of Wands. So you've got the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And what we said about the wands are this idea of moving forward. The Queen of Wands, I mean, in your recommendation row, which is where she's fallen, I will try and do it in order, but sometimes they jump out at me and they want me to talk about things in a different sequence. So if I was to talk about this Queen of Wands next to your Ace of Swords in this row that's the recommendations, it's really talking about you finding your power. It's that fire in your belly. It's that passion. It's the drive to move forward. So in a recommendation role, that's really nice because it's telling us that maybe you haven't had the confidence that you had before, and maybe this is an area that we really need to talk about today. So I am going to start from the beginning, so we will go back to that. I just wanted to make that little point. I also channeled a little bit of energy before we went into the reading, and this is what came out from your channeling. So Spirit gave me this idea that your words have meaning. So they're asking that you must match up with what you say right now. So there's this idea of what you put out there, you must level up with. So perhaps there are some confidence issues, or perhaps there's some misinterpretation of what it is that you really want to do or what you want to go towards. Perhaps you're confused at this point, but they're saying take some time, do some meditation, sit with yourself and think about what it is you really want, because what you say needs to match up with what the universe wants to bring you ultimately. So that was channeled. I also had quite a strong energy that they wanted to speak to me about your self-worth. Now, we all have areas in our life where our self-worth really comes into play, and we question ourselves a lot, and we sometimes are not as kind to ourselves as perhaps we could be. They're saying that it's really important that you bring this to the surface. It's really important that you examine how you see yourself, what these things are that you really want to achieve in your career or in the next job that you do, but it's all based around your self-worth. So it's this idea that you really need to believe in yourself more than you are. Okay, right, so that was your channeled messages. So let's look at your blessings. So, Page of Pentacles. It's actually a young lady on this card. And Pentacles are all about material things. So rather fitting I would say. It's sort of suggesting that this lady has her backpack on, she has her pentacles in her hand, so she knows what she's focusing on. And this is really sort of like this idea of this journey that you need to go on by yourself to really work out what it is you want. See, in the distance, you can see the city, you can see the goal, what she's sort of working towards, where she wants to be. And she's holding her pentacle up and she's sort of trying to guide herself towards this. So this idea of your blessings right now are that little do you know, but you have like a really good sense of grounding, and you know what's right for you. You feel it in your core. And I say core because you see all this yellow in the card. That's very solar plexus like. So it's all about this strength and energy. And the blessing is right now that you do have strength inside. You just have not been accessing it. So it's time to really dig deep within yourself and access that inner strength. We talked about self-worth, so that's really important. And with your 8 of chalices, along with this card clarifying it, the 8 of chalices, sorry, not the 8, why am I saying the 8 of chalices? The 8 of wands rather. The 8 of wands sometimes are actual messages, but they normally give this idea in the normal Rider-Waite deck. They're 8 staffs like flying through the air, and they're basically moving forward at a great pace. So this is speed. So your blessings right now are to be stable, to be grounded, do as much grounding work as you can. With your 8 of chalices, it's saying this can be emails, telephone calls, applying for jobs, this can be all of the above. And this is saying that there are blessings right now coming your way linked to this. So perhaps there will be opportunities pop up that seem to come out of nowhere that will come within your realm. And they're saying you must grab them and you must go for everything. Don't do this second guessing. Can I do that? Am I qualified for this? Is this something I want to do? Just go for them. Just shoot your arrow for the target. And then they're saying that there will be success. You really must move forward and must be strong when you do this. Okay, so your second row, challenges. So we talked about these 2 major arcanas. Now, major arcanas usually mean, as I said earlier, significant change. So your Hermit is in the upright and your Justice is upside down. So I'm getting this idea again of balance and grounding. I don't think you're in a grounded state at the moment. I think everything feels out of kilter. So this Hermit is all about going within. Going within, addressing the work, understanding the insecurities, understanding perhaps what's not worked before or what you'd like to change. And because this is in the challenges, sometimes we don't always know what those things are and we can feel a little bit lost. You need to go within and find your own light. Now, we're currently in a Libra moon. The full moon this month is on the 20th, which then goes into Aries. But we're currently in this Leo moon. And Leo moons are about getting things done, achieving things, going for our goals, making things happen. They're very forceful. So with this idea, they're also about this idea of Libra is obviously the scales within the astrology, and on the card of the arcana the scales are there. So if this was in the upright, I would say everything's balanced, there's going to be justice, everything's going to be sort of fairly fall into your lap quite easily, and happy ever after. Now, I'm not saying because it's in reverse that's not the case. It's saying that's not the case right now. So that's been your challenge, because actually you've been going through this for a little while and you've been feeling like you don't know what your direction is, you don't know where you're going, and you're just a little bit confused about it all, I would say. So take on board what we talked about, blessings. Start to do some grounding work, start to do some self-work, believe in what you know is underneath everything. Go for your dreams and think about what those dreams actually look like. Because often when I see cards in reverse like this, it's just the energy of within a certain time frame they can turn. And I do believe they will turn, and they will turn for you. And you must be positive about this. You must be positive about everything you do. It's really interesting as well that you have the Hermit. And because we are in a Libra moon, the Libra moon, the energy of that moon right now for everybody is finding this idea of this balance between our personal life and our social life rather, and spending alone time. So spending too much time by yourself or spending too much time in your own thoughts. The Hermit wants you to address your thinking, but it wants you to become more accurate with it. It doesn't want you to get lost in the light of the candle. It wants you to go towards that light. In the actual tarot, the Rider-Waite tarot, this light symbolises the next card on the arcana, which is the star. So in this Hermit, he is looking towards the star, where his dreams are and where his hopes are and his aspirations. And this is what has been around you. The energy of this has been around you, but there's been no balance. So I think you've been a little bit jumping from one thought to the next, and it's left you feeling a little bit dazed and a little bit unsure of your focus or your direction. This is going to come. This will come within time. When you've done the correct internal work, the Justice card will turn. I firmly believe that for you. Okay, so let's address this then against your recommendations. So stuff that we need to think about, that I talked a little bit about this earlier, didn't I, with your Ace of Swords. Now in the normal decks, the ace is coming from a hand, normally, from above. So these are gifts. And swords are all about thought processes, communication, how you present yourself to the world. What you choose to think will become your reality. And this is really important right now, because this is saying to you, coupled with this other jumper that we had, your Queen of Wands, she's fire. She brings the fire, fire, fire. And you need to bring that fire. And this recommendation is, find the fire within and bring it. Go for those jobs. Go for those dreams. Don't be held back by what your ego has decided to tell you you can or cannot do. Our ego it's this internal navigation system that sometimes feels like it works against us. It actually feels like it's trying to protect us. It tries to stop us from failing or getting hurt or feeling like we might be damaged sort of emotionally or in some sort of well-being state. But of course, we need to take risks and we need to take chances. And this is something that I think is a big energy for you. Start taking more risks. Start taking more energy, taking more confidence on, and really driving yourself. Your channeled messages today were, you have a lot of great things to say and to offer. You just have to believe it. You know? And you can. I know you can. Right. So, coupled with those cards in your recommendation, you've also got the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups in upright is happy, happy families. This is in reverse. So, the feeling I get is, because this has been affecting you, because let's face it, whenever any of us are contemplating the world of work or career move, it's such a stressful time. I feel like this is causing you a lot of stress at home and a lot of disharmony within yourself and the beauty that is our home life, if you will. As I said earlier, this current moon in Libra is this balance between our personal lives and our professional lives. This is really, I feel, being impacted for you right now. So in reverse, we just need to take some time, find our balance, turn it back round and go and find our cups. And when this 10 eventually finds its full position, it's all about fulfillment. And look, that's the goal, isn't it? We're all aiming to be fulfilled. That's what we're really driving forward to achieve. You will achieve this, and you will have that harmony once more. We just need to align some of these influences that we've spoken about and start making them a little bit more positive for you. Okay, so I'm now going to pull, I've also got this deck, my Halloween moon rituals. We talked a little bit about the moon, but yeah, we're going to sort of talk about those energies as well. So on the astrologically speaking, we've got on the here, we've got a fire sign on your Queen of Wands. You know, that can sometimes be a Leo virtue. And I know that you're Leo in your astrology. So this is asking you to dig deep, because you are a fire sign and you can be ferocious, and it's asking you to find your raw, I guess. I think it's a really good way of putting it. So this is what we need you to do. So we've got a bit of your Leo and your Virgo showing up today. We've got Libra as well, but I believe that's the Libra Moon and the influence that we're currently in. We're moving towards this full moon in Aries on the 20th. And yeah, it's time for a lot of change, I think, is coming. You've got a couple of major arcanas, and they are always signify big changes maybe coming up. And I think it's something that you really need. So, we did get a jumper. We said we'd get a jumper, didn't we? The light of the moon encourages me to set positive intentions. Okay, so the new moon after this full moon on the 20th is on the 4th of November. New moons are great times to set new patterns, new intentions. So I would really look, at putting some plans together in your mind, even if that's just some affirmations about new ways of thinking or new ways to feel. So maybe you set an affirmation for, I know everything is working out for me. Things are always working out for me. Let's set some positivity on this new moon on the 4th of November, and let's start driving it forward. Okay. So that's a really lovely card. Do you know what's really cool as well? You can't maybe not see it on the camera, but there's a little black cat on there. And black cats are lucky. Even though people tried to say the latter. It's not true. They're lucky little things. My little black cat is outside playing right now and having a lovely old time. And then I just bought this the other week. Sorry, but it's so fun. Anyway, I digress. So, let's pull you an Archangel Michael card. And this is going to really give us some advice. Archangel Michael, has already spoken because he's jumped. But if I just say, for me, I work a lot with Archangel Michael, and which is really weird because he's normally depicted with a sword, and his sword is about honesty and the truth and being valiant and being brave. And you've got this gift, which I think is a symbolic message from your angels saying that we're going to give you this sword. We're going to give you the sword that Archangel Michael carries, and we're going to try and give you the strength you need to cut through the crap. I'm going to just say it. There it is. To cut through the crap and really start moving forward. Okay. So your Archangel Michael card says you are on the right path. Whoop, whoop. Is that not what we want to hear, right? You're on the right path. I know it doesn't feel like you are sometimes, but you are. So let's have a little read of what this says. So on each of these cards, they have little prayers. And whether you're religious or whether what your beliefs are, angels are present in every religion and all cultures. So they are omnipresent. So in this card, it says, Dear Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me loud and clear guidance that I easily understand. Thank you for motivating me and filling me with the courage and confidence to make healthful life changes. I think it's really important that we mention health in this because your 10 of Cups was in reverse on your recommendation. This is really about your mental health and your well-being, because all of these things, they do tend to have an impact on us. So Archangel Michael's saying that he's with you right now. He has his sword. He's gifting it to you for you to use the communication skills and the power of self-belief to do what you really need to do right now. Okay? Right, so let's pull you the final angel card. Okay. The Angel of Language. Can't make this up, right? The Angel of Language. The Angel of Language are with you today. They're not just with you today, they're with you and Archangel Michael, and they're with you on this journey. They said to me in the start that you must line up with your words. They're giving you the language to have the right words and the right drive. And this is really important for you right now. Okay. Let me just, one more's just looking at me. So I'm just going to pull you another. Oh wow. So the Angel of Vacation, this is that balance with social life and personal life. It's saying that while you're going through this, no work, all work and no play makes you a sad person. So take time out for you, and for your family, and for all your needs, and have fun, as well as being really sort of head up and serious about all of this. Everything will work out for you. And you must say that affirmation to yourself. It's one that I say to myself on a daily basis, and it's never let me down. Okay, well, I'm wishing you, Wendy, light and love and all the luck in the world. Not that you need it, because you are wonderful, and things are just going to fall into place. Okay? Take care and have a great month. Hi, so earlier on I spoke about my new spell kits. And it's something I'm really excited about, so I do hope you go on the shop and have a little look. So each spell kit comes within its own little bag, which are all, as I said earlier, hand-printed bags by yours truly. So in each bag has a very different sort of kit dependent on the spell. And each spell comes in a scroll like this with its with contents form of everything that's contained and instructions, and also an affirmation list of what you can be doing after you do the spell. So it's something really cool that I hope people are going to interact with and enjoy. So within each kit there are lots of different little elements to do with the story. So some of the little ones I just thought I'd show you some ideas for. These are the kids spell kits, and these are the edible green witch's glitter. So this is something that children can have a little tiny little bit when they need to empower themselves, or they need to feel a little bit magical before they say their spell. Within their kit it's very interactive, and there's little seed kits. Can you see those? Which are planted in the ground. They're really cool. So they grow as the young person doing the spell also grows. And they can make a wish when they do that. So that's pretty cool as well. Each kit also comes with a handmade little talisman. Like this one particularly, this is from the Having More Fun kit, the children's kit also. And this is the key to fun, and this is their Pegasus, which enables them to find their wings and to fly in whatever it is that they wish to do. So as you can see, the kits, they kind of vary, and the adult ones have little incense kits in them. I spoke earlier about the incense sticks that I was burning during the reading, and they were dragon's blood incense sticks, which are just amazing. There are also little candles that can be lit, Pegasus and the Witch candles that come with the adult kits as well. So they just really are such a fun thing to interact with. The idea behind the spells are really just about empowerment and mindfulness and affirming who you want to be or who you'd like to be, and making them happen. So I hope you enjoy the spell kits as much as I enjoyed putting them together. And yeah, take a look at the shop and see what you think.